Ladies and gentlemen, join me in a warm welcome for Rockwell Automation and the group representing them tonight for leading this cause in our community.
Good evening, everybody. Rockwell Automation is truly honored to have been nominated and selected to receive the Community Leadership Award. Standing here tonight, we are reminded that leadership is never a solo effort. It is the result of many people working together with a shared purpose and a shared heart for our community, as seen by all the recipients here tonight. At Rockwell, we have a fantastic team who cares for the community they work and live in. They consistently show what it means to think of others who may need assistance within the community, especially those who may be in a food deficit. This award is a great reflection of our values at Rockwell and the ways in which our employees continually show up, ready to care, ready to help, and ready to lead. We believe that leadership is measured not by titles or accomplishments, but by the positive change we create in the lives of others. Our company values commitment to our community by providing the employees with volunteer time. Time where our employees can give back through volunteering for Meals on Wheels, Ocooch Humane Society, and local 4-H clubs, as well as fundraising for great organizations like Walk with Grace and the Richland Food Pantry, and supporting community events such as the Halloween Trick-or-Treat Trail in the Park, June Dairy Days, and community parades, just to name a few. This past year, through fundraising and our annual food pantry competition, our employees successfully raised $19,202, along with non-perishable food donations. Our employees are dedicated to supporting these charities and have a great time competing to see which team can raise the most money for the food pantry, as they reserve bragging rights until next year's competition rolls around. As we look ahead, we are excited for another year of fundraising and supporting our local food pantry. Over the past 11 years, we have raised over $400,000 for Grace and the food pantry combined, but there's always more we can do to strengthen our commitment, support one another, and create a safer, healthier community for all who are a part of it. Thank you again for this award. Rockwell receives this award with much gratitude and will continue to serve the cause in our community.
Next up, I would like to present our presenter. He's been volunteering for many, many, many years in lots of regards. We're going to bring on Mr. Steve Kolstad, representing Kiwanis tonight.
I want to thank the committee for allowing us, the Richland Center Kiwanis Club, to make some special recognition here tonight. The Kiwanis Club has been an active member in this community for over 100 years. But one of the things over the last 30 years, since I've been a member, is 30 years ago, when I joined, we had 90 members. Now we have 15. Still active in the community, still engaged in the community, but just like the award winners here, you know, looking at people in the audience here, and some of you are those people who help us achieve some of the great things that we do. But I want to thank the committee for allowing us to present these awards tonight. The first award, though, that I want to give out is to a young lad. And Kieran Culver is going to get the Outstanding Key Club Member Award. Now, Key Club is the arm of the Kiwanis Club, the youth arm. 7th and 8th grade, high school members, they come and they actually are engaged in our pancake suppers, our roadside cleanups, our food stands. More so, some of them, just like him. I mean, he has just got this dynamite voice. When we go caroling, you know, he puts me to shame. But they're the people who are our future. And Kieran, who is the son of Sean and Miranda Culver, is one of those outstanding kids. He's the president of the Key Club. He's been involved in more pancake suppers than we can probably count. He loves to flip pancakes. I mean, just loves to. He's been involved in roadside cleanups. He has had to tolerate me at the fair stand on more than one occasion, but more so he's a leader. He is the contact with all of those kids at the high school. He is thinking about different projects that they can do and they can achieve and they can grow with. So I'd like to present Kieran Culver as our outstanding Kiwanis Member of the Year.
Well, I just want to say that I'm really grateful for this, and I'm really happy to be here and to be able to give back to the community with Key Club and Kiwanis.
So the next award winner is Sheila Troxel. Now, Sheila Troxel was our president last year, and she did some just outstanding things. Now, in her own mind, she probably thought it's her just way of doing things, connecting with people, getting them to volunteer, twisting their arms, you know, making sure that people are at the right place at the right time and smiling all the way there. Sheila's just a great leader. She really took our club kind of to a different level last year. She got a lot of volunteer people in the community to come in and work food stands. Keep in mind, I told you we had 15 members. And trying to work a food stand for the entire fair of 4 days with 15 members it's challenging. But with what she has for contacts and the people who just love her, we were able to make a lot of great things happen. You know, we were able to fund some things differently this year. She was actually instrumental in making our club kind of think outside the box in a lot of different ways, and I truly appreciate that. So I'd like to give the next award as the Outstanding Kiwanis Member to Sheila Troxel.
My kids always say I have the gift of gab, so I'm just going to say a few things. First, I wanted to thank Steve and Kiwanis and Mick Cosgrove and Richland Rejuvenates for hosting and presenting. They always do such an amazing job. I just want to really share this with all my fellow Kiwanis members, and especially Lizzie Forehand and the Key Club members, because they're just a great bunch of kids that come and help us out. And let me tell you, when you're cleaning ditches and they go down in the ditches and get that, for old people that don't have to do that, that's really great. But you know, it takes all of us to make all these events successful. And Kiwanis is just a great organization. It involves the Coats for Kids and the backpack program and the pancake suppers that give back to other organizations. But you know, I couldn't do it without all the support of my family and friends, because they're always there to help out, and they always show up at the food stands to work too. But I just want to leave you with this. Please consider joining a service group, whether it be the Kiwanis, the Lions, the Rotary, the Partners for Prevention, 4-H, Grace. There's so many great things in our community, and they all serve our community, and it's really is what makes Richland Center a great place to live. So thank you.
We go to the Emergency Responder Award for law enforcement. So this year's award is being presented to Tyler Barr.
For those who don't know me, I'm Tyler Barr. I'm the investigator for the Sheriff's Office here in Richland County. Prior to that, I worked as a full-time police officer for the City of Richland Center, and then later as a sergeant before I switched and what some would call went to the dark side. I'm extremely honored to be nominated and selected as Law Enforcement Officer of the Year. While I might be the one standing up here accepting this award, I truly believe that this recognition represents a group effort. This award belongs just as much to every woman and man serving in law enforcement throughout our area as it does to me. No one in this profession succeeds alone. Every case solved, every call answered, every situation handled is a result of teamwork, trust, and support. I'm fortunate to work alongside dedicated professionals who are willing to step up for one another and for the communities we serve, often without recognition, but always with a sense of duty. I would like to thank the leadership and staff of both the Richland County Sheriff's Office and the Richland Center Police Department for the opportunities, training, and mentorship that they've provided me over the years. I've learned from outstanding officers who set an example what it means to serve with integrity, professionalism, and compassion. Lastly, I want to thank my family and loved ones. Just this job demands long hours, missed holidays, and constant uncertainty. Your patient understanding and support makes it possible for me to do what I do, I could not do without you. Thank you.
The other part of the emergency responder, we could be an EMT, a fireman, or law enforcement. And this year we have the law enforcement, but also the fireman of the year. This year that award is going to Scott Gall.
I'm truly honored and humbled to be considered for Firefighter of the Year. First and foremost, I want to thank my wife Sally and my family. Firefighting doesn't just ask a lot of the person wearing the pager. It takes a lot of the people at home who support us. We miss holidays and understand when we have to leave at a moment's notice, and I couldn't do this without you. I also want to recognize the other 43 firefighters who serve along with me at the Richland Center Fire Department. We cover 310 square miles of Richland County, and every call, day or night, gets answered because of the dedication of this team. This award really belongs to all of us. Firefighting is an individual accomplishment. What we do is a complete team effort. Every scene, every call, every outcome depends on training, trust, and the willingness of each member to step up when needed. As a paid on-call fire department, every response is a choice, and I'm proud to serve with people who continue to make that choice for our community. Thank you for this recognition, and thank you for supporting the Richland Center Fire Department and the men and women who proudly serve it.
Next up, the Best Face Forward Award, presented to recognize a business or commercial property owner who has improved the appearance of a building or property in our community. This year, the award is going to Town & Country TV and Appliance.
Well, I'd like to thank the committee and Mick and the team here for the honor that we have here. As everybody knows, it takes an army to make improvements and put your best face forward. And many years ago, probably over 5, when I was considering making this change in my career and investing in this business, I went and talked to my neighbor, and I said, "Hey, neighbor, what do you think?" And he said, "Boy, looks like a really good opportunity for you." And so be it. That was my first opportunity to work with my neighbor, Mr. John and Mary Pat Call, and who are the property owners of this building. And I couldn't be where I am without their support in both facelifting the outside and continuing to rebuild everything that we've got going on the inside. There's also tons of folks in the local community, from Strangs to Millers to BL Signs to Wallace Electrics and all of the aboves, that have helped us along the way on the project, so I'm very grateful for them. And then also, of course, my employees, whenever I ask them to take some time off from their regular jobs to help me do a few projects around the shop. So pretty much grateful for those folks too. And then last but not least, our community and the folks that we get to serve, all of you, every day, trying to keep your machines running or get them replaced, and do the things to help you keep your family on track. So thank you very much, and appreciate your business and the award.
Next up is the nonprofit of the year. This year, the Richland Pickleball Federation is receiving that award. Tonight, we honor Roseanne and Dean and the entire federation by awarding them the 2026 Nonprofit of the Year.
Raise your hand if you know what pickleball is in Richland Center. Oh, that's awesome. We have at least half the crowd raise their hand. When we first heard about it, my husband and I, someone came up to my husband and said, "Hey, you want to learn how to play pickleball?" And so he said, "Well, I'm going to go down to the outside courts and figure this out." And I said, "Well, do girls get to play?" And so I went down to see what it is. And if you're not too familiar, we use a wiffle ball with holes in it, and there are paddles. You can purchase them from Amazon or any sporting good store. You know, some of us friends that got together were, you know, on the other side of age 60, you know, so we're getting older, and some of them are in good physical shape, and some of us are not. So I learned to play, and I had 2 knee replacements. It wasn't due to pickleball, trust me. But that did happen, and so part of my rehab process, just a lot of walking and enjoying pickleball as a sport, and some golf and just some things like that, just to keep active. And I found, as a retired educator, I retired in 2018 from Richland Center High School, but I did find that I still enjoy teaching people. And so one of the things I wanted to do was teach other people how to play, knowing I was limited with my mobility. So I did start teaching people, and one year I went back to play after one of my surgeries, and I said, "Where's everybody?" And they go, "Well, we don't have Easy Play Pickleball anymore." And I said, "Well, that's got to change. It just has to change." So we changed it during winter, so we stayed here, and I started coaching people, got the word out, and just said, if you want to learn how to play, I'll teach you how to play. I can't do a lot more after that, after I teach you, but that was my goal, just to teach people. And it's really been amazing. I was kind of glad to hear that nomination because, you know, it's just amazing how many people actually have learned to play over the last couple years. So very proud of that, very happy with that. And again, just to review, we do have 6 outside courts, 3 inside courts at the Woodman Community Senior Center, and then also at the campus gym. A thank you to Simons for helping us out, and the new Park and Rec staff, Jody Meaden and Jenna Cabral. One of the new things that we have is a website. It's pretty special. Go to Richland Pickleball Federation, and you'll see some schedules and some calendars. We also have an app now that you can sign up to play on the app and meet some other friends. And but the goal was to recognize that we have different skills. So not everybody can walk out into a court and know how to play, but my goal was to definitely teach you the basics. And then as people advance and get a little bit better, and I'm just kind of looking to see if somebody's over there that I know how to play, that knows how to play. As people get better, they can definitely play with more challenging and competitive players. So sometimes it's just fun to watch those players too. So so we kind of try to offer everything we can to lots of different abilities. But anyway, we offer pickleball 6 to 7 days per week in these 2 different locations, not including the outside then during summer. So, but thank you again for the nomination. I'm just kind of glad word has gotten out, and if anyone here wants to try to play, go to our website, and Tuesdays and Fridays tend to be kind of the training days. So I'll be glad to see you. Thanks.
Outstanding Organization Award. This is an organization, formal or informal, that has made a deep impact in the community through its work, its vision, its volunteerism, or its leadership to create a caring, compassionate community. Tonight we proudly recognize Partners for Prevention.
I'm Sue Larson. I am a treatment provider at New Day Counseling here in Richland Center. I've been part of Partners for Prevention since it started, even way before it was a federal grant that Betsy started. And I've been president of the coalition. I am part of the alcohol work group. As a treatment provider, I have seen how a substance use disorder can affect an individual, how it can affect family, friends, our community. So that's why I'm so proud to be part of this organization to help to prevent substance use disorder in our community. Also part of the alcohol work group, one of the things that we do as a strategy to help reduce youth prevention or youth substance use is alcohol compliance checks. And one of the ways that we do that is take youth decoys out and do alcohol checks at the local liquor establishments in our county. So that's been great success and lots of collaboration with law enforcement, county law enforcement, city law enforcement. We have other collaboration with the Richland Hospital, school districts, Ithaca, Richland Center, Health and Human Services, lots of people that we collaborate to make all of these things happen that we work on to try to reduce substance use disorders.
Hi, my name is Mason Meyer, and I'm a youth member of Partners for Prevention through the Youth for Change group in Richland Center High School. Being involved in this coalition has showed me how important it is for youth voices to be included in prevention efforts, not just adults. This past summer, I was given a great opportunity, coordinated by Mrs. Raisler, to go down to Nashville, Tennessee for the CADCA Youth Training and Leadership Conference. I learned lots about effective prevention and how to diagnose and treat local conditions. Through attending CADCA and working on the tobacco-free parks, I've learned that changing the environment we live in helps change the whole community behavior. When communities work together and send clear, consistent messages, it becomes easier for young people to make healthy choices. So thank you, Betsy, for coordinating everything. We really owe a lot to you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bria. I am a youth member of Partners for Prevention. I also went to CADCA with Mason, sponsored by Betsy. One of the things that makes this coalition special is that the adults and youth work side by side. We're not just talking about prevention. We're talking about building it into places where families live, play, and gather. I helped out with the beverage server training for licensed liquor establishments and the event organizers this fall right here at the Phoenix Center. And it made me realize how important it is to have partners in as many places as possible, not just parents and educators. Tobacco-free parks are one of the examples of how intuitional community choices can influence norms and support healthy behaviors. Our kids are watching, and we intentionally create them for truly matters.
My name is Evan Ewing. I'm the current president of Partners for Prevention. I just want to thank you all for this award. It means so much to us. First and foremost, there's many people and organizations to thank. Chief among them is the Richland School District, which has served as the fiscal agent for the 10-year federal grant that we were awarded in 2019. So thank you for your stewardship of our finances and for supporting our work in both Ithaca and Richland School Districts. Community collaboration is really the foundation of our coalition. A requirement of the Drug-Free Communities Grant is representation from 12 different sectors, including youth, parents, schools, healthcare, law enforcement, business, media, and more. This broad representation ensures our efforts are informed by real voices from our community, and we welcome any community members who wish to be involved. Many of our goals challenge long-standing societal norms around substance use. Changing the environment we live in is not easy, but it is worth it. We know that 9 out of 10 adults with a substance use disorder began using substances in their teens. When communities work together to limit access and establish clear standards, we protect our youth and reduce harm. At the end of the day, we all want a community that is safe, supportive, and full of opportunity. This award belongs to anyone who shares that commitment. Thank you.
Our next award goes to the Medical or Healthcare Hero Award, and this year Julie Kepler was chosen to receive this award.
This is quite an honor. Not sure I deserve it, but thank you to all that thought I did. It has certainly been my honor and privilege to work at the hospital for now 50 plus years. Tried retirement for a little while. Can't say I liked it. So, and fortunately for me, they needed extra help when COVID hit. So, not that COVID was good for anybody except for me, I guess. Got me back to work. I don't have a lot more to say. It was very well covered in the note that you read. And I just really enjoy what I do. I love to meet people, love our patients, and it's just a privilege to me to be able to help the community and help our patients.
Please join me in congratulating the 2026 Educator of the Year, Catherine Miller from Kickapoo Schools.
Congratulations to all the other honorees tonight. It's amazing to see so many good things happening in our community. And thank you to Richland Rejuvenates and WRCO and Civic Media for honoring all the good. We need more of that. I'm truly grateful and a little surprised that I got a call from Mick late on Friday night last week. But teaching often makes me feel that success is really just organized chaos with a lot of patience and a smile. When rehearsing with an entire elementary school for our winter concert, I had to laugh because one of my colleagues asked what sort of sorcery I used to get them all to listen. Teaching is hard work, it's joyful work, and meaningful work. And I'm so thankful to teach alongside an incredible school community, colleagues, administrators, students, and families who make Kickapoo such a special place. I believe teaching is about building relationships, encouraging curiosity, and helping students believe in themselves, even when they don't. My students challenge me every day, keep me humble, make me laugh, and remind me all the time my reason for teaching. There have been many tears of joy and being profoundly moved over the years. My students are wonderful and varied melodies that accompany my life as a music teacher. A heartfelt thanks goes to my family, my husband Stu and my kids, Sam, Lane, and Estelle, and to my extended family, some of which are here tonight. They get asked to do every odd job under the sun, and I really appreciate them so much. During school, after school, weekends, they do a lot behind the scenes. And as I get older, I feel like I don't know much. But one thing I never doubt is the impact of a teacher. They influence my life. I see how they influence my children and all the students in this community and around the world. So as we organize chaos with patience and a smile, or maybe even try a little sorcery, I am again humbled and grateful for this honor. Thank you.
Our next award is for Business of the Year. This is given to a business that has made a deep impact in our community through the work and mission of their company, its employees, or volunteerism and leadership to create growth in a true sense of community. This year, Wild Hills Winery will receive the award.
Wow, it's just incredible to be here. Oftentimes when I take people on a tour through the vineyard, they ask, thank you, what made you and your husband decide to buy a winery? To which I laugh and say, I often lie awake at night asking myself the same question. Why did we decide to buy a winery in Wisconsin? In reality, there were many reasons why. The adventure of it, the opportunity, the romance. But in all honesty, the first time we stood atop the ridge in the vineyard to look out at the incredible view of the Wisconsin River Valley so many years ago, the question to us was never, how could this be ours? But how could we share this with others? And that has been our guiding light ever since. We hear so much about a loneliness epidemic in America and the vanishing of so-called third spaces, which are neither work nor home. More and more we are isolated and alone, doom scrolling online, growing ever anxious and threatened by our neighbors. The winery is a place where no matter who you are, wherever you're from, whoever you voted for or pray to, you are welcome. It's a place to celebrate milestones, birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, and we are so honored to be part of these stories, the stories of even many people here in this room. We bought the winery right before the COVID pandemic amidst dire economic, political, and social instability. I found in that cold spring of 2020 that in spite of everything going on in the world, I could go to the vineyard and prune and find some peace. Truthfully, I had no idea what I was doing. Thank God for YouTube. But I learned slowly and vine by vine, row by row, along with our incredible, brave, and hardy staff, I discovered we could accomplish great things. The problems of the world seem so scary and insurmountable, and we know the problems in our own county can feel the same. But here is what I've learned. Get up and start somewhere, even when it's hard, even when you don't know what you're doing, even when it's negative 20 degrees outside and you wish you had bought a vineyard in California or the south of France. Get up, start somewhere. That's where change begins. And on behalf of my so supportive family, my husband, all our staff, we thank you so much for this incredible honor.
I just want to say thank you as well. We're truly honored to receive this award. From the beginning, our goal wasn't just to create like a nice winery and vineyard. We wanted to create a place where people could really come together, whether that's with a glass of wine, our wood-fired pizzas in the summertime, fun events, live music for a stay at our lodge that and more housing that we're building out there. We wanted people to come and connect, to feel at home, to appreciate our community and to appreciate the gorgeous scenery out there and like all around this area, surrounding us in the center of the Driftless area. And our community has been essential to that vision. We're deeply grateful for the recognition from this award and the support of the community that the community has shown us over the years. I also want to acknowledge and thank our incredible staff out there, our employees. Their dedication and hospitality, their hard work, across the vineyard, the orchard, the tasting room, the winery, the seasonal restaurant, our lodging. There's a lot to do out there, and our employees are what make that place welcoming and special. So this award belongs to them and to the community that supports us and gathers with us. And so thank you, and we're happy to be a part of it. We're proud to be a part of it.
Employee of the Year, meant for an outstanding community employee who could be employed by any company in the community, big or small. The person who shows up every day at work and makes a difference for coworkers and the company that employs them. This year's award goes to Rick Morgan from the city of RC Landfill.
First of all, I want to thank the people that have nominated me for this award. Secondly, I want to thank Mr. Doug Inke of Town and Country Sanitation for giving me the opportunity to prove myself and to be a valued employee to him. And then I want to thank the City of Richland Center for taking a chance on me and letting me kind of manage that place the way I saw fit, and I feel I did a fairly decent job. And I'm sorry to see that it's going to close at the end of March, but another thing, people I want to thank are the valued customers that I've well, and come to customers make it, and I've developed a great clientele with many of them, and it's been quite an opportunity for me. Thank you very much.
Our next award goes to Civic Leadership. This could be an employee of the city, the county, the state, or any government agency who goes above and beyond the call of duty to enhance Richland County. Elizabeth Lizzie Forehand will be honored with this award this year.
All right, even though I'm a teacher, my heart rate is at 140 right now, so just bear with me as we get through this. So honestly, when I got the call from Mick, I was really shocked, and he said that it was either a school worker or a city worker or a county worker, and I was like, well, I kind of fit all of those, so I'm not really sure why I'm getting this, but I guess I knew that I was involved in the community, but hearing it read back really made me realize how much. So thank you so much. I'm incredibly honored and again, very surprised by this. I grew up in Richland Center, graduated from the high school, and now have the privilege of teaching there, which feels like a full circle moment. I remember being so excited when I got the call from Ryan Lemke that I could ditch Highland and come back to my hometown. Sorry, Highland. I have a big thank you for my parents, especially my mom. Just volunteering was something I grew up with, and kind of, I don't want to say an expectation, but something I can't imagine living without. Working with Crazy Steve, as I would call him, when I was younger and 5, and being at those Kiwanis food stands and just knowing that that was probably going to be my rest of my life, and I was okay with frying some cheese curds. I'm grateful to Kiwanis and Key Club and every opportunity that's allowed me to say yes. I kind of joke that I don't know the word no, but I'm okay with that. I also want to thank my boyfriend Luke, who quickly learned how much this community means to me. I met him when I was up at Eau Claire, and I didn't really give him a choice. I said, you're either coming with me and you're coming to my hometown, or this isn't going to work, and luckily he joined me. Little did he know that would include some voluntold moments like parking in the June Dairy breakfast and getting rained on in some mud, but he got breakfast out of it, so I can't complain about that. I truly believe that investing in your community is one of the most fulfilling things you can do in life, and I hope this encourages others to do. Just get involved, say yes, like Sheila said, and serve where you can, whether that's your time, your money if you have that ability, just anything you can do, and don't be afraid to say yes when you have that opportunity. So thank you again.
The Up and Coming Youth Award, an award meant to recognize someone 18 or under who is making a difference in the community or school. Brindalyn Knabel is this year's award winner.
Good evening, and I'd like to say thank you so much for this honor. I want to sincerely thank the Richland Rejuvenates and Selection Committee and everyone who nominated me. I'm also grateful to my parents and grandparents and the community for their support and encouragement along the way. I'm honored to be recognized, and I'm excited to continue growing and serving in my community. Thank you again for this opportunity.
Finally, tonight we have our Community Stewardship Award. This award is for an individual or a couple who's made a difference in our community, providing inspiration and vision by touching the lives of Richland County residents. We are proud and honored to present Jean Burkett with this year's Community Stewardship Award.
Well, I know you're all ready for my 2-hour speech. I can't believe I got this award, and I truly have always done what I love to do, and I do not feel like I'm any more worthy than any of the rest of you, so I'm not embarrassed, but I'm humbled. Let's put it that way. I just want you to know that Mick Cosgrove's grandparents lived next door. Phil Nee was in 1,000,000 plays that I directed. Mike Brenninger was in The Last Supper that I directed. Steve Kolsted's office was right down the line from my office at the campus. Julie Kepler was my darling student. Catherine Miller was in musicals, and I think maybe I directed her in something. She's wonderfully talented. And Brindlin, you're my cousin whether you want to be or not. So what I'm really saying is that's what community is all about, isn't it? Is the connections we have with people we love and people we can learn from and people who enhance our lives. My thanks to the Chamber for this very surprising award, and I want you to know that I'm probably the oldest one here. And if you're really good, I'll tell you my age at the end if you don't know it. And I'm not proud of it, it's just a fact. I did grow up in Richland Center. I used to say I'm a local girl who didn't make good, but maybe I did make a little good after all. Educated at the high school here, and my parents had a grocery store, and my sister Marion and I wrote a book about it. It's called The Store. How imaginative. And it's really a celebration of our family life, and I'd love to sell each of you a copy. But it's all sold out and out of print and probably out of date too. So you're all safe. I think we sold it for either $5 or $7, and I wrote it with my sister Marion, who's in heaven, and we were Irish twins. I was 362 days younger than she was. Our mother dressed us alike through high school, and which is a little weird. I did love her, and we both went to University of Wisconsin, which was a wonderful, wonderful experience for us. And it cost them a lot of money, and it meant that they had less. And I will be eternally grateful because it totally opened my eyes and my opportunities. And then I had the wonderful chance because Marge Wallace invited me to teach at the Old County College the last semester it was open, and I did, and my kids were going to the lab school, and so it was wonderful for me to teach there, and that gave me the itch to teach with kids that age, you know, from 18 to 40. The Vietnam boys were coming back, and we had kids every age, and it was absolutely wonderful. I probably taught some of you that are here. I hope you remember a little bit of it. But anyway, I really got the best education in the world at the store. And we had all kinds of customers. It was the kind of a store where the clerk, I, stood behind the counter, and the customer was out there with a list and would say cornflakes, and I would run and get the cornflakes, and then they'd say butter, and I'd run and get the butter, and that's the way it was, and until the supermarket idea came along. Well, anyway, we had interesting, wonderful customers, and my parents were respectful for them because that's the way we made our living. But we did have one customer that came in one day, and his name was Frank Lloyd Wright. And it was during the war, and he was typical of customers who weren't regular customers. He came in and he asked for all the rare, unavailable items like butter or sugar or cigarettes or something. And at every request, my sister Anna, the oldest sister, who's not living anymore, but she's my oldest sister, would say, no, we don't have that. No, I'm sorry, we don't have that. And finally, Frank Lloyd Wright stood up in his rather short glory and said, "Do you know who I am?" And my sister said, "Yes, you're Frank Lloyd Wright. And my name is Anna Knabel, and I'm glad to meet you." And we call that the coming of age and the coming down of Mr. Frank Lloyd Wright, who perhaps is a wonderful architect, but we know too much about him around here, don't we? Well, anyway, I've exceeded my time, and I know you're all tired, but I still have to say a little bit more. My darling daughter, Ellen, who is a beautiful young woman and looks like her dad, is right down there. Stand up, Ellen. Stand up. And her husband, Rick. Lindeen, stand up, you two, or I won't quit talking. Stand up. She's a Badger and went to Madison and was a school teacher, an English school teacher, as I was, and as is her daughter, and was my mother. So her daughter is the 4th generation of English teachers in our family, and we say that it's not a profession, it's a disease that we have. So anyway, my thanks to them for being here. Now I live at Schmidt Home. It's a very nice place for older people, and the help is wonderful, and it's a nice place for me to be. And I was on the committee when Schmidt Home was built. So I built myself a home, and there I am. And I just want you to know that this is maybe the more poignant, lovely honor I've ever had, and I'm 98, so there. Thank you.
Out there in the crowd, be thinking about somebody to nominate next year, because there are a lot of other very, very deserving people out there in the community. Thanks a lot for coming. Drive safely, and thanks for supporting our Making a Difference Awards this year.